Hi, Kay. Can you
Hi.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm gonna get my headphones though because I think I will have better audio quality.
Sure,
Okay.
no worries.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm good. How
It's
are
so nice to
you?
talk to you.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm enjoying reading all of your sessions, and
Oh,
I
thank
just see
you.
you're going to be this great published writer here pretty quick.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I have to say, I really love your hairdo. I don't think I've ever seen you, with this new do, because I'm used to you
um,
having your hair a little bit longer.
well, we'll talk about this, of course, in the questioning, and we're
Yeah.
not being recorded right now, but uh, I'm going to go. For 20 years, I did, what would you call the subsistence lifestyle?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, where we lived in the woods and on native land. And yeah, we're going to go do that this winter starting in October. And where we are
Nice.
going to, it's going to be below zero.
Oh,
And so short hair is going to be a blessing in the in
yeah.
that condition. So I'm like, yeah, because we're not going to have running water or anything. We're going to actually do the rustic shower,
Yeah.
the banya, where you make
Nice.
the fire and you take a steam bath. Yeah,
Nice.
that's how we do it in the wintertime. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. But it's a necessary step for the future of my future plans. So
Nice.
yeah, it's
Awesome.
gonna be fun. This is our first year to do that. So yeah.
Great. So I'll start with what do you call this? We'll head straight into it. I'll
Okay,
officially start the recording from here. Actually, I was recording
great.
earlier, but I can just edit, the first part
No,
out.
it's okay. That's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
But yeah, thank you so much, Kay, for setting aside time to speak with me. I really appreciate the fact that you've decided to come on, and I love you, I honor you, and I respect you so much. Thank you so much.
Mm.
And for the benefit of those who are going to be watching this, Kay is actually one of my sisters in the Isis Priestess program that Aurora has, and she is also a fellow Aurora practitioner. And Kay, I'm gonna give you some time to speak, about your journey and about your story so far. But I just really wanted to say that I really appreciate you talking with us today. And just in case you're wondering, my background is actually the Aurora Lights in Alaska, and I chose it just for you, because
Oh,
I know that you're in Alaska, so I wanted to do something for you and still have like the Aurora Lights as the background.
right, right. With the pole shifting that's going on right now and
Yeah,
with Gaia, the Aurora, which I've been up here for 40 something years,
yeah,
and
nice.
one of the Aurora ring was at the top above the Arctic Circle around
Mm.
Fairbanks. Now it is, of course, shifted to the west over Russia
Oh,
and
okay.
the western Alaska. So you
Mm,
can see, I was kind of chuckling to myself on
mm,
my last post. I included the NASA, um, their little picture that they gave you, their space update,
yeah,
because they accidentally showed you the position had changed. And I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
ah, yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for that. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so my name's Kay Noble. I am, like you said, an aura practitioner. Mostly I'm doing raw
Nice.
for people right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a lot of people are stuck at home, and it just
Mm,
seems
mm,
like there's a less quiet space for
mm.
people. So I end up doing a lot of raw, but that's good. I can whip
Yeah,
a raw out really quick,
yeah.
and it's great practice. And yeah, that's been like my mainstay right now during this quarantine time.
Yeah, like a lot of
You know,
people
and,
really have been reaching out for healing. Even I've noticed that as well too, because especially when there are people who are in places where there are a lot of restrictions, and or they just
mm,
don't feel comfortable going out. So especially with the raw modality, since you can do that remotely as well, I think it is definitely helping a lot of people.
oh right, and the more you do it, the stronger you are with it. Like
Yes.
anything. Yeah, exactly. And I see it as a blessing for all, everyone to
Yes.
really work on that telepathic part, that quantum love sending.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
So I'd like to to ask if you can share your story so far and tell us a little bit about your journey, because if I remember from what you had shared in the the Isis Priestess program that we were part of, it wasn't something that you had, or this spiritual journey wasn't something that you were on for a very long time. I remember you saying that you were very interested in it, but you only just recently started exploring it, if I'm not mistaken.
Boy, yeah. Okay. So what happened with me, and here, and now I'm only just now getting peace with all this, with
Yes,
all
yes,
this,
yeah.
with the Confederation assuring me that everything that has happened is
Mm,
just exactly what I
right.
needed to happen.
Yes.
And trust me, I had a really high bar
Mm,
for them
mm,
to
mm.
meet. I needed to see stars move in the heavens,
Yeah.
fixed location
Mm,
stars that I looked at every night. I needed to see those move, right?
mm, mm.
And so yeah, a lot of things. I think a lot of things. A lot of things that have happened to me were just exactly what I needed,
Yeah.
to wake up.
Mm, mm.
Have I strayed off that main
No, no.
question that you're asking?
This is like it's very
Just a
free
chat?
flowing. Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay, good.
however you whatever you want to
Okay,
talk
that's
about,
really
we'll
good.
spend time talking about that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the story of my life, that's yeah. Let's just talk about from when I started to have that. So what happened was my husband had he was going through his own issues, and he'd come to me one day, and it was like on our 26th wedding anniversary.
Mm, mm,
He says, "I'm gay."
mm,
I'm
mm,
like, oh wow. Well, that just was like, go ahead and cut my heart out of my chest.
mm, of
And
course.
you turn in, and that was the things. That's what I needed, you know
Mm,
because now I know that he and I have come here to teach each other these
right,
lessons, but that's what I needed to kind of like, wake up,
mm,
just I just really had to fall to the floor and be a pile of goo and go, what's the matter with me?
right.
To realize that, hey, there's nothing the matter with you.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
can love, you're everything you need. And so that was the beginning of that journey to find out
Mm,
that, I am the love that I need. I am the light that I
right,
need. I am everything I need. And so I think all of these shadows, what is a shadow? What do you
right.
get? How do you get a shadow? You
Yeah,
get a shadow when you're standing in the light, right?
absolutely.
Right. And so when we're standing in that light, that's when we're saying, hey, I'm going to learn these lessons. We got
Right.
this little shadow, and then the shadow teaches us the lesson. We go, oh, hey, I know now.
Yeah,
Cool. So like, I'm going to erase that contract. I'm going to write me another one.
yeah,
I'm going to move up, and I'm going to handle that. I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to
right.
upgrade, every time I heal myself, and I
Yeah,
do aura on myself. I
yeah.
mean, I do a raw every Sunday. Sometimes, depending if something happens, maybe more than once a
Mm,
week, but at least on Sunday, it's like, that's my minister duty.
yeah,
You know, that's
absolutely.
that's my love for my life, my earth, my home.
Yeah,
And so then on Sunday, like, but I did it today before this because I
yeah.
wanted to be beautiful and bright
And you
and bright.
are, you are, you're
Yes, I wanted to
absolutely
be
bright.
beautiful and
So,
bright. Thank you. But and it feels so nice. And then at this time of the day, usually, I go to bed really early because I get up
mhm,
really early. So usually I'm going to bed about right now.
mm,
So I would have had no energy.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, so it's really good to be able to pull in those energies, right?
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah. Okay, ask me another question, Nadia.
Well, what you went through, like I can't even imagine, and I think a lot of people who are going through something similar, they sometimes it takes them a long time to get out of it, or it takes them a long time to make the transition from that almost like a dark night of the soul, so to speak, into transitioning back into the light. So how was it for you when you were trying to make those first few
Mm,
steps back into centering
right.
yourself?
Okay, so here I am, right? And I'm in this abyss,
Yeah.
and at that time, Ta wasn't even speaking with me because he was just
Mm,
totally shut down with his
mm,
reptilian. He was like, no, no, we want you to leave. We don't want you
mm,
here.
okay.
And I was like, I'm love light.
Yeah.
I just remember keep saying that over and over to myself. I am love light. I don't know what's going on, and God, I want to meet God. That's
Yeah.
what I said. I said, you know what? I want to meet God, and I want to meet him, and I'm gonna meet him.
Yes.
And if you don't come and talk to me, there's gonna be some heck to pay,
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna stop bothering you until we meet,
I
right?
love that. I love that. Because
Oh
like
man, I was like, now,
I give
you
my
know,
guides a hard time too, so
I do.
I like
I mean,
go,
maybe that's
go,
the
go.
Dolores.
Yeah.
That's the Dolores. Like, okay, it's like, because when I found out that you get what you need,
Yeah.
I started asking for what I needed,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I realized that when that passage, "Ask and you shall receive."
Yes.
Really? No, no, really, that is true. You
Absolutely.
ask, I no doubt, I say, okay. Sometimes I'll say, like, I need to dream, I need to work with the angels.
Mm,
I
mm.
learned this from Aurora. I set my intentions to work with them.
Yeah.
I need to work on this,
Yeah.
and maybe I don't have a clue what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do, before. And man, I'll wake up and I'll have all the answers, you know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right.
and 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 there'll be a phone call, and it's like, door open, okay, go
Mm,
that way, And so, it's always nice to have those angels about, you know what I mean? It's like,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think that that's very important for people, who are new to spiritual awakening. It's important for them to realize that you really do have to set goals for yourself and actively figure out what
Mhm.
you want to learn. So it was good that you were able to do that. I'm really happy that you share that because I think that when people hear that, it's going to give them encouragement to continue, right?
Right, because when you're in that low spot and you think nobody loves you,
Mm, mm,
and I mean, you get those suicidal thoughts, right?
yeah,
You're like, why
yeah,
am I even here?
yeah.
And that's when I really felt Jesus came in. Jesus. I was channeling with Jesus before I
Yeah,
knew I was a channel,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and that started like the end 2018, the end of
Mm, mm.
2018. I started with my The Awake Time
Yeah,
blog,
yeah.
and these were my shadow lessons. Every
Mm,
one of them, as I got them with Jesus. And some of these things, when I said I wanted to meet God,
mm.
let me tell you
Sorry.
about what happened. Okay, go ahead. It's okay.
I just have to switch off my alarm. It's 11:11 at the moment in
Oh,
the
send love,
Philippines. So yes,
love
and
to
love to
Earth.
the earth.
Yes, love to Earth. Yes, love you, Earth.
Yes.
Thank you, Gaia. Yeah. Okay. So what was I saying? Um,
So we were talking about when you're in that low spot and you have to you are trying to get yourself out, and you started talking also about
oh, right, right.
you were
Yeah, yeah,
channeling
yeah. And I
without
wanted to
knowing you
meet
were
God.
channeling.
I was
Yeah.
demanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I knew Jesus was there, and I knew I wasn't going to kill myself, but because
Mm,
I'm just like, I'm just, I'm just
yeah.
that tough, I'm
Yeah.
just not going to do that. Too messy. Anyway,
Mm, absolutely.
anyway, yeah. Anyway, and I know I have. If you do that, you just come right back and have to do it again. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Do-overs suck.
Yeah.
So, so anyway, so that night I go to sleep. I don't even know if I was truly asleep or if I was just. I do a lot of like lucid
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was unconscious,
Mm,
not alert, conscious, and I have this vision dream, and it's Anunnaki, and
mm, mm,
he's at my head. He's got my
mm,
head in his hands. And now I had been having these experiences with this Anunnaki,
Yeah.
you know, like being on a ship with him,
Mm.
doing science.
Okay.
I came back with a way to recycle plastic bags.
Nice.
Yeah, and all the chemical, everything.
Mm.
I mean, just the whole thing, right? The
Mm.
whole
So it
everything.
was a positive experience.
Well,
I mean,
what it
at least that
was
part.
yeah, what it was like when I saw this Anunnaki, he looked like an alligator. Like, you know, there
Oh,
was
okay. Yeah.
definitely like alligator
Mm.
look to him because he didn't have a mask on, right? He
Mm.
didn't
Mm.
have his thing on,
Mm.
and I looked up and I knew I had asked to see God, right?
Mm.
And I looked up and I saw him. Now there were 3 grays on the right and 3 grays
Mm.
on
Mm.
the left, and I'm on a table, and he's got my head, and I don't feel threatened. I was scared. Like
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
an alligator, and I'm thinking reptile, and I'm scared, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like I started moving, like, you know,
Yeah.
even I'll tell you, like you were coming off that bed, like, you
Mm.
know,
Mm.
I was
Mm.
like moving, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't say anything, but
Mm.
I knew he was talking to me here, right?
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And he was like, I am the one that your people know as a God, but
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not a God.
Mm.
I'm not a God. God is
Mm.
in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are one. And you know, and he was like, let me feel that they're trying to fix this.
Mm.
That you know, there's something that went awry.
Yeah.
They're trying to fix it by telling this truth, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And as soon as I felt the love of his heart, okay,
Oh.
so it was like God's love, okay? So
Mm.
and
Mm.
as soon as I felt that, I was like, oh, instantly calm.
Yeah.
Instantly calm. And I looked at the grays, and I was, because in my mind I was wondering if it was them or if it was that
Yeah.
the Anunnaki, but it was the Anunnaki creature.
Mm.
And
Mm.
as I looked up at the Anunnaki creature, behind him
Yeah.
in this vision was a praying mantis type of a being.
Mm.
uh,
Mm.
and it was green. It was peaceful, positive energy about it,
Yeah.
but it didn't speak. There was
Yeah.
no words, but it was like operating a computer or some kind of
Yeah.
mechanical interactive
Mm.
type of thing behind this Anunnaki creature,
Mm.
right? And and when I figured out in my dream that, you know, this guy was trying to tell me reveal to me some, you know, truth for my highest
Yeah.
good, you know,
Yeah.
that, you know, God isn't a thing. God is it is a collective. It's all of us, you know, and
Yeah.
it's our in this thing. That's what I needed, because I had some really strong religious holdings,
Yeah.
and that vision was given to me, or that dream vision was given to me, so that I could release. Now, my own
Yeah.
higher self collective worked with the Confederation and gave me this dream.
Yeah. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
like
And
personally, it sounds like more than just a dream. Like I think
oh
that
yeah.
that
Yeah.
actually did happen. I mean,
Oh yeah.
for some
Yeah.
people who are new at this,
So
you know, it takes a while to distinguish between a dream and when something really is happening, and you know
yeah,
whether you're
I'm
really out of
careful
your
about
body.
what I say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what? Yeah. um, like I say, I can't say it was a dream,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, it was real to me. It
Yeah.
was real to me. And you know, that's just like another the other another incident where I always have proof.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's always a second person there. I get a
Yeah.
photograph.
Yeah.
I have so many UFO photographs. It's just incredible.
Nice.
And I never see them when I take the picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just feel like I should go outside and take a picture. And I
Yeah.
go outside and I take a picture, and then I come inside, and maybe a day or two later I'll look, and
Yeah.
wow, there's, you know, so
Yeah.
just following your instincts and believing in yourself, you know, oh, I feel like I should do that. Maybe you should do that. You know,
Yeah.
follow your instincts and trust in yourself. That all comes with the, you know, you gain your self-love. You
Yeah.
know, I think it took me almost 6 months of saying I love you into my mirror.
Yeah.
Like I would look in the mirror, and
Mm.
at first, dude, I cried.
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't like look myself in the eye
Yeah.
with all that ego and all those filters that I possessed
Yeah. Yeah.
and say I love you, because I just didn't
Yeah.
see my beautiful self.
Yeah.
I saw something Todd didn't like, and I saw
Mm-hmm.
someone who could lose a couple pounds, or I saw, someone, who knows what I was judging back then. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter because that's all gone. But the thing is, we pick up all these filters and we're using this ego, right?
Mm.
It's like, you were, one of the questions that you sent me was, what did I think about when you awaken?
Yeah.
What was that about?
Mm.
Well, you know how when you're a child and you start to grow,
Yeah.
you become, they say you're a young man or a young lady, when you become aware,
Yeah.
you're aware of yourself, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think that that awakening is becoming aware of higher self.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I mean? It's like, hey, I've got a higher self. Whoa, I've got like 12.
Yeah.
I've got a team.
Yeah.
Yay, go
Absolutely.
team. So yeah, that's, I think that's, the journey. The journey is to awaken. For me, for my personal self,
Yeah.
so far, has been to awaken. And in that awakening, I learned to protect myself from negative. That was
Right.
like really key.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, higher self knew what they were doing when they, you're going to go to this teacher first, and you're going
Yeah.
to go here second. So it was like, get healed,
Yeah.
learn shields,
Yeah.
because I've worked with other teachers and stuff, but they tell me every one of them that doesn't shield, they're like, or only other one that doesn't shield, but they're like, they've had all these terrible negative experiences, and I'm like,
Yeah.
well, so why aren't you shielding?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, I'm going, a few years I'll be 60. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like shining light.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
if I run into some entities in an aura, I'm going to
Mm.
heal them. But I'm not just out trying to have the experiences. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
maybe if you're young and you're adventurous,
Yeah.
but that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm a safety girl,
Yeah. And
a real safety girl.
I think even like going back to what you shared in terms of your interaction with the Anunnaki, with the Mantis being, as well as the Greys, what I
Hmm.
find interesting about that is typically they are also viewed as being like from negative races, or they're not typically viewed as being like positive, and yet the experience that you had with them and what they shared, it does also show that. Uh, there are beings within those
They're
races
absolutely, yeah,
that are
they're
positive. Yeah.
absolutely going to be all experiences,
Yeah.
all the way up to what the Raw Collective says is sixth has a positive polarized and a negative polarized,
Yeah.
but the sixth dimension, they just let them have that experience, because even in the sixth dimension, the journey is to become that light, and it's so certain that
Yeah.
you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just let you go ahead and have that experience, although it's not the same as here in the 3D, right?
Yeah.
Because for
Absolutely.
me, 3D is like, you're learning the third dimensional lessons, which you've referred to that as shadow work,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is basically awakening to the fact that you and I are exactly the same,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that if you cry, I can cry with you,
Yeah.
and we can both
Absolutely.
feel the same thing. You know what I mean? And we are, and as we link, every time Aurora graduates a class,
Yeah.
we're all linking. I can feel every
Yeah.
single graduate. I truly can. I watch them, and I'm like, okay, now I'm connected to them energetically, like
Yeah.
in my heart,
Nice.
because like when I'm when I'm doing my love shields and stuff, I'm
Yeah.
putting that. I'm putting that over the whole earth. I'm not,
Absolutely.
I'm going big. Go big or
Yeah,
go home, man.
absolutely. I do the same thing. So,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Yeah.
And like I think that that's definitely something that people who are new, because I do have a lot of people who are very new at this, who watch it. It's a very key takeaway for a lot of folks as well too, that, start simple and then build up from there. Like you said, start with shielding. That's the very first thing that I tell people to do whenever they ask me, like, for tips on how to go about like their awakening. Shielding's always the first thing, and then we kind
Mhm.
of take it from there. I'm curious to find out though, since a lot of the experiences that you shared are, relatively recent, or are things that have happened to you relatively recently. Did you experience, like when you were much younger, like signs, so to speak, that you were going to be like in a more spiritual path, or more along this path? Because uh, some of the newbies that I've spoken to, they've experienced things like all the way from when they were, children. And especially if you spent part of your childhood in Alaska as well too, I'm guessing that, with nature all around you, there must have been something that happened to you when you were like much younger, or, you know.
Well, every kid, I had a vivid imagination, like Tom Sawyer had nothing on me,
Yeah.
and so her, when you come and you tell your mom, oh no, an alien just landed in the front yard, and then
Yeah.
I picked up that bucket and the handle changed from triangular to round in my hand
Mm.
because I thought it would be better if it was round. Here you go. And she's like, you didn't do that. And I thought, oh well, okay, I didn't do that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so you believe what you're told. But after that, you know what? I started they took me to church 3 times a week,
Okay.
because they didn't want anything. But then this is the same, you get that religious. To me, religion is about a separation from God
Yeah.
more than a
Mm,
joining
mm.
with God,
Yeah.
because they're
Mm.
putting limitations upon their God.
Yeah.
What religions do is say, okay, this our God don't want to hear Christmas music except for on the 21st, it's
Yeah.
5th of December. They're not even sure he was, Jesus was even born on that day.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it was probably, closer to the 17th of November. But,
Mm.
that's just me.
Yeah.
And yeah, so religion is about filters. It's
Yeah.
all. You know what? Here's what I got recently with Higher Self Collective, and this is so. I think so far it's ringing really true.
Yeah.
Every single thing, feeling,
Mm.
experience, reaction that you have that does not come from love is a program response.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's just what I'm going on right now, and I'm just going back to love, and this is all about the. My new thing is about shifting back into love. I'm challenging people. you
Yeah.
know all right, it's really cool to learn all these practices,
Yeah.
as you're going, you're going to learn this, you're going to learn that. And it seems to me that, a lot of people will go and get educated. They'll spend, however much dollars is, they think is worth that education,
Yeah.
or, and they'll go and they'll do that. And then they've got their, I don't know, paperwork,
Mm.
CDs, or however they've got their information gathered.
Yeah.
And they go through it once and they never do the practices.
Yeah.
They never, or, I've got my shields down so slick. And I always say the words, I know you don't even have to do that anymore probably, but
Mm.
I'm just so good at it,
Yeah.
and I can just, at first, the first time I did shields, I don't know if you remember, it took like 20 minutes, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Like you had to read, you're reading, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
So, oh no, I forgot one. Oh god, I gotta start all over Yes.
I used to
Yeah.
take like half
So.
an hour, and I was like, do I really need to spend this long in the morning and in the
Yes.
evening? You know,
Yeah, I
can I
know.
just,
And it's just like everything we want to do, you gotta laugh about it, it's, you know, here I am, Aurora, bless her beautiful heart, she's
yeah.
young. Another teacher, Gretel, she's young. Here I am, I'm 57,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like,
You don't
golly
look it, by
geez,
the way, so you know.
oh, well, they did age regress me 10 years, so that was really nice.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Aurora. That did help. I won't
Yeah,
even, and like that, yeah, that's
yeah.
really been a journey. And light language, that journey, I got activated at the retreat there the
Yes, I saw
first
that.
time. Yeah, and then it just was flowing, and in that moment I knew what I was saying, and it was just flowing. And then you go back into your filters. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't want to
Yeah,
share anything negative, or
yeah,
bad energy. I don't know what I'm saying. But now I've been doing the light language class. I'm getting comfortable in it. I'm healing myself and
yeah.
healing everything around me. And it's just like I liken that to the shields. And so
Yes.
it's like the first time I was like, no, but it's just about, every single human can do light language,
Yeah,
every
absolutely.
single body, and every single body's higher self understands that. And if
Yeah.
we use that, we do in our own light language on ourselves, we're blessing ourselves and
Yes.
our higher self collective, and we can heal just like when we do the auras.
Yeah,
We're healing. We can go back and heal you in other dimensions and other lifetimes.
absolutely.
Well, that's
Yeah.
this energy. th- There's this bigger thing. I keep seeing when I'm looking at you. That it's the borealis behind you.
Yes, yes.
But okay, so picture your planet Earth, right?
Mm,
And picture that it has a positive and a negative pole,
yes.
right? And then these energies bands, not just one energy band,
Yeah.
but a whole
Infinite.
group,
Yeah.
levels, bodies. Just as we have our seven, actually we have so many, but I'm just dealing with kinetic on down.
Yeah.
All these energetic layers of our body,
Yeah.
that we're dealing with. Earth has these bodies
Yes.
and
Yeah.
stuff. And see this event that everyone is so concerned about, here I am, I'm out looking all over, and how a lot of my downloads work is they tell me I'm an assimilator of knowledge. I
Mm-hmm.
can look at many, many, many things and take a little piece of this and a little piece of that, a little piece of this, and then put these things together and come up with a clue that points me where to look,
Right.
what to do to get this. This is how I found the dumb bases.
Mm.
Um, and this is, it's only on one earthquake app, and that happened to be the only one that would download on my phone. Can you believe
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, right. And so, yeah, and I see these things are going down. I
Yeah.
see military precision. That one that's in Nevada, I, probably doesn't. It's at the Area 51. Is
Mm-hmm.
basically it's not marked on a map because they
Yeah.
don't mark that stuff on maps. But I happen to know where it's at.
Yeah.
And this one is bigger than New York. It's
Mm.
had so many levels. It's had one level that was 13 miles deep, one that was 6 miles deep, one that was
Mm.
5 miles deep, one that was 4 miles deep. I've found two entry points on the Google Earth. You well, and with the help of angels, I won't say it was me. Of course, I'm just the person who's moving the technical stuff. They're telling
Yeah.
me where to look and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen these. They're in Iceland, they're in South America, they're in New Zealand, they're in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
And look all what's going in Puerto Rico. Oh my goodness, what's going off of Mexico, Puerto Rico, South America. And I feel that, the one that's in Nevada was connected to the one that was up in California and maybe the one in Mexico. I
Yeah.
haven't got the physical proof of that one yet, but I can, you know,
Yeah.
put them together. Yeah, so that's encouraging, and I continue. You know, I work with dragons, and I work with them on the grid lines.
Yeah.
And I encourage everyone to please, you know, call upon your dragons. It will only make your connection with your dragon better.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
what I'm doing is I'm saying to my dragons, you know, I bond with them, and then I
Yeah.
say, you know what, I pick a spot, or you know, like Michael's dragons, the little blues, I run them around here in a 20-mile radius.
Yeah.
Or the Sophia's great big green dragon, you know, that one will work the earth grids.
Yeah.
You know, there's a dragon's every chakra color. If
Yeah.
you know, if you're worried about a school, you're worried about a decision, send a heart dragon there.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to empower someone, send them a solar plexus, a yellow
Yeah.
dragon. If you don't know what you're doing, you can at least call the right, you know, the right chakra. All these chakras, the reason that you guys are all having to go through these experiences with this COVID and everything is because, look, how in the world, this was the problem. Okay, so the galactics are all up here and they're together and they want to help us, right? But they
Yeah.
can only help when we ask.
Yes.
And we've asked for help, right? And
Yeah.
they're like, okay, all right, so we want to help you guys. But you guys are going to have to like try to help yourselves too.
Yeah.
And
You have
so
to do your part.
somehow, right, somewhere along the way, somehow the higher self collective of all of us have decided that the only way to wake up 8 billion people is to let them face something together.
Yeah.
And so here we are with this distraction, and
Yeah.
I really do think that it's, you know, it's a distraction meant to awaken us, because for so long, each and every chakra point, you know, with porn they attack the root chakra, right?
Yeah.
With you're not good enough, we're coming into your sacral. With we're going to take away your power, we're going to, you know, here
Yeah.
we're going to break your heart, here we're going to shut you up, here this is the mask, it's shutting us up, you know. It's all about stay at home and don't talk to your friends.
Yeah.
You know, it's a total blue chakra attack.
Yeah.
Call upon your blue dragons, folks.
Yeah.
Send out blue dragons.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm
Blue and
sensing
wine.
when the Galactics approach me as well too, like they use a lot of blue now as well. You know, a lot of
Yes.
blue energies. Like when Christo, for example, came to me, like it was like a very neon baby blue almost. You know, I know that he has like multiple colors, but that's the one that he used when he was here. You know, or when he visited me. So I completely resonate with
And
what
I
you're
see
saying.
those as clues for us too, right?
Yeah.
So you know, like when you're doing a healing and someone's really blocked,
Yeah.
I say, tell me what colors are you seeing?
Yeah.
Or sometimes they'll only see a color, right? What if they only see red? Well, that's going to tell me where they're shot. That, you know, okay, I've done enough now. I can kind of know what that's going to tell you, right? You know.
Yeah.
You know, between us, but you know, it tells me to look. You know, that there's pain here.
Yeah.
You know, there's pain in that red color, and all that soul can do is wave that flag at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and that gets me in the door.
Yeah.
Right. And once you get in and you do that breath with them, you get in. I say that's the in breath, right? And then you can start breathing.
Yes.
And you can just work your way right into those chakras. You know, it's just beautiful.
Absolutely.
How you can get in like that, you know, and you just have to become one with them. It is truly about letting your patient feel that you're one with them.
Absolutely.
That, you know what, I'm right here with you. I'm right here. You're not alone, because you're never really alone.
Yeah.
We are one. We're all here.
Yeah.
You know, I see you traveling and taking all these beautiful pictures, you know, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm doing it in my life. It was
Yeah.
like I was living vicariously through every photo
Oh, thank you.
that you took. I felt joy. I
Yeah.
felt wonder and all, you know. I'm sure
Yeah.
other people were feeling this way too, right?
Yeah.
Are you there,
It, I'm
Brother
here. Like,
Joseph?
the videos. Uh, the video's a bit frozen, but I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
There you are.
All right.
Are you
Perfect.
back?
Awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you. Like, I really appreciate that. That's actually one of the things I miss the most about, like having been on lockdown the past few months is that, I haven't gotten to travel as much, but it's okay. I mean, like, I
I
think I'll,
have, man, I'm telling you, I've saved several of your pictures.
yeah.
I think I'm going to use them. Eventually, I'll use them in some little inspirational message or
Oh,
something because
thank
they're
you.
really cool. I really enjoyed that, the one where you went in the cave and
Yeah,
the cave symbol. That was so cool. That was really
absolutely.
cool. Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
nice to be able to travel and do those things and just connect with Gaia. And you know, when you're traveling around, go ahead and bond with that earth there. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
I want I sometimes I think, you know, if I get to go to foreign lands, like Alaska's like the size of 1/3 of the US.
Yeah, yeah.
It's huge, you
Yes,
know.
yes.
And everywhere we go, I have crystals and stuff, and
Yes.
I'll bond and send love to it, you know. And then I'll bury that crystal halfway in the ground,
Mm,
you know. And I think, okay, so I've got that sister crystal of it here, and so when I send love and energy, I can send it to there too,
that's
because this is how
awesome.
energy works. Because when I was getting a lesson the other day from Brother Sasquatch, they're telling me, you know, you'll never sneak up on us.
Mm.
You'll never sneak up on us. And I'm like, yeah. He says, oh yeah, you're not ever gonna sneak up on us. And he says that the roots, the energy, the messengers, the roots, the roots are the messengers.
Mm, mm.
Um, that when you step on the ground
Yeah,
and there's a root under your foot,
yeah,
somewhere in that forest or somewhere in that city or wherever you are, there's a connection with all these other
yeah.
trees, right? And
Yes, yeah,
so when you go into a forest, and like, you know, that's where I'm in a forest, right?
yeah.
So I put my foot on the sphagnum moss, it sinks down and it hits the
Mm.
root of the tree, and that tree says, hey, Kay's here, everybody. And
That's
they know.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they know, and they truly, you know, it is all about energy. It
Yes, yes.
really is. And to work with energy, simply put, you have to raise your vibration.
Yeah, absolutely.
You must do this. If you want to talk with Sasquatch, you are welcome to do this. They want to talk with you.
Yes, yes.
All you have to do is, when I first, okay, so here's how I did it. First, I connected with them, right?
Mm.
And how I did that was I just wondered about them,
Yeah.
you know. And then I had a dream with them. And you'll laugh. Okay.
Mm.
So I had a dream, and they're telling me, you know, we're really powerful energy, and you're just not, I mean, yeah, you're ascending, you're getting better all the time.
Yeah.
But this is be inspiration for you to drink more water.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I have a very big problem with liquid, getting liquid
Mm,
in.
okay.
Very big problem. And so they, you know, that's something they tell me always, okay, you need to drink more water, more
Yeah,
water,
yeah.
more water. I mean, even when I'm with them, like, it's water, water, water. And so yeah, so what they did was, you know, they had to come to me slowly. They
Mm,
said,
mm,
we're just too much, we're just too much, you know.
mm.
And so first they came here, you know,
Mm, mm.
like in my dream, and I said, when you pass this test, we'll move out, and, you know, we'll let you,
Yeah,
you can see us, you know, out the corner of your eye.
yeah.
But first you've got to be able to stand toe to toe with us in your dreams, right?
Mm, mm,
I'm
mm.
like, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I love you guys. I love everybody. I can
Yeah,
do this, right? Bring
yeah,
it,
yeah,
bring it, bring it, right?
yeah,
So that
yeah.
night, right? In my dreams, me and Art are driving in the woods in this Indian village. I mean, now we're
Mm,
like, we're
mm.
going fishing or something.
Yeah,
Was we're like in the woods.
yeah.
There's 4 people, 4-door car. We get out,
Mm.
19-foot tall Sasquatch comes out of the woods, just like this.
Wow.
I was the first person back in the car. And that's what he told me too. When I woke up, he goes, "Hey," and I'm like, "What?" He goes, "You're the first person back in the car." See, your survival kicks in.
Yeah.
You're subconscious. I was like, and he gave me grief about it for weeks. It's like, he was first person back in the car. Yep, yep. No, please, please, please. No, but it took for. I mean, before I saw them physically, like they let me see them.
Yeah.
Gosh, it was probably another 6 months of
Mm.
them coming in my dreams and me screwing up that test. I was
Yeah.
always running. Ah! Bigfoot. But finally, I've got to where now I can be in their presence, and they don't usually show themselves physically because of that. Other people are around and stuff, but
Yeah.
they can definitely leave you a footprint. They
Mm-hmm.
can be very small, or they
Yeah.
can be their very big self.
Yeah. They can change their
And
size for sure.
oh
I feel
yeah,
that with
oh
like
yeah.
a lot of beings, because
Dragons too.
yeah,
Dragons
they
tell me
can.
a dragon fits the job.
Absolutely. Like whatever
Yeah,
size they need to be in your space, they adjust.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
And I think that point that you brought up is a very important one for a lot of people who are new at this as well too. That one of the very first things that you do need to master is your fear, because like your fear is what really prevents you from experiencing a lot of these things. That was one of the things that I really had to learn for myself as well too. That if you really want to have all of these experiences, you have to get to a point where you're not afraid of anything anymore, because if the more afraid you are, one, you're probably not going to experience the things that you want to experience because you're so afraid. But second, when you do experience them, you're not going to see the positive things behind the experience, and you're more likely to feel the negative things rather than the positive. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I had to look at it too. Where's your fear coming from? What's your only true fear, Steph?
Yes. Right.
Yeah. Well, once you realize that you're an eternal being,
Yeah.
that you don't die, then
Yeah.
that fear leaves,
Yeah.
and then now you are open to have this wonderful discovery, right?
Yeah.
Because then hey, whatever happens is because it's what I've programmed. I
Yeah.
I did this.
Yeah.
I'm here. You're in 3D because you chose to be here. This
Absolutely.
was a free will choice for you to be here. Now, I'm not saying that some of those bad guys haven't come in and tried to manipulate
Yeah.
that choice, and
Yeah.
that's why the Galactics are here.
Yeah.
They're here, and they're here to help us because of that breaking of the law of one.
Yeah.
Our free will was taken away
Yeah.
because when they attacked our chakras,
Yeah.
they did that to distract us from ourselves. And
Yeah.
when you distract or change the natural course of
Mm.
the experience, then you've broken the law of one, and now they can help. They
Right.
can't land.
Yeah.
Those are not the good guys that land. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
That and
But they can help.
I think that that's very important for people to also take note of that. When we talk about ascension and when we talk about things like disclosure, it's not about people or other beings saving us, so to speak. I think that that's what
Hmm.
like a lot of newbies also misperceive. It's really more us being in regaining our sovereignty back and regaining our control over who we are and
Hmm.
over our humanity, over our planet. That's what it's more about. It's about us
Right.
being able to do it for ourselves. It's not about other benevolent races, for example, coming to liberate us, so to speak. It really has to come from within.
True. It's true. We are the God. We
Yeah,
are. When I first started with Aurora, one of my first, we'll call them dreamscapes because
yeah,
I can't prove, but I'm up at the Akashic. I mean, I was in the Akashic in
yeah,
a big way, right?
yeah,
Um, um, Raziel was the angel that was with me,
Mm.
And he was telling me about how God is in me. You know, he's
Yeah.
he picks up a grain of sand. When there was a wall, and it looked like a book, like a library wall, kind of like on a rounded wall, but
Mm.
it had like these little shelves about
Yeah.
that stuck out like this far from the wall, and they were all wooden,
Yeah.
pretty shelves. And and like every like this far was a
Mm.
crystal,
Yeah.
and that each crystal had a little uh, illumination. You could see what color, like we picked the yellow crystal. I picked the
Yeah.
yellow crystal because it like was really, really close there, and was no
Mm.
particular reason I picked yellow. But he says, okay, yeah, and here's the lesson. This is showing you how God is in you in the photonic way.
Yes.
And so what it was like on this surface, I want to say table, but it wasn't a table, but on this surface,
Yes.
there was a place to take this beautiful little crystal, and like a teardrop shaped crystal, and they put it in, or he put it in that holder light thing, and then this hologram like light show. I want to say is like only thing I've ever seen to compare this to was like this TV show called The Iron Man or Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
This guy Tony had this I don't know what it was, but it was like this screen that popped up in front of him. That's all I can
Yeah.
like it to. I don't watch a lot of movies. But anyways, so he took it, and it was a grain of sand, and or it was like a little, you know, it was a part of me, but it was a, you know, little tiny part,
Yes.
you know. And he goes, watch this, right? And he went
Mm.
poof, like that, right?
Mm.
And it blew into like a million pieces.
Mm.
And in one of those little pieces, there was this little light,
Mm.
right? This little light. And he went, and he cleared all that stuff away, and he took that little light piece, and he just put that in the center, and he goes, watch. Because
Mm.
he's just smile. He's happy.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
just he's just like, watch. You know? And I was like into it with him, like, yeah, let's do this, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know, because I love anything science, man. You've got my complete attention, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he goes whoosh like that, and it all, you know, it goes into like 1,000 pieces this time, and then one little piece is light,
Mm.
right? And he clears off all that other stuff. And I mean, it had names and stuff about it, but anyway, it just gets that one little photon light there.
Yeah.
And he goes, now watch this. And he went, and it went like to 100 pieces, and then it came all back together like that.
Mm.
And he goes, watch. And it went like that.
Mm.
He goes, that's how God's in you.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, so we're together. You know,
Yeah.
it's like and when you leave here, you know, you become part of that again, you know. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, okay, I get it now. And so after that, I felt it was like that was a very freeing moment for me.
Yeah.
I needed that moment. I needed that Anunnaki experience. I needed to see that star moved after I had that raw
Yeah.
session. I had that raw session, and we're laying there in our window. It's winter. It's the 22nd of February,
Mm.
right? The next year. And you know, I'd gone through all of those things that after you have your blocks cleared, you start having all that shadow stuff coming
Yes.
up, and you have to
Exactly.
identify, you have to
Yeah.
accept, you send it love, you release it, you know, and you just one thing at a time. You think you're doing good, next day down. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
it's just that experience, and you know, that's just getting better, you know.
Yeah.
It's just getting better. And I had I told Aurora, I said, you know, I think that an Anunnaki ship is like right over there in the other side. I know it was there because I
Yeah.
seen it there, you know. And I knew that they knew Aurora was going to come and get rid of this contract.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
because I told them
Yeah.
that Aurora was coming,
Yeah.
and it upset them at first.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
they were not happy. I know because I woke up with 3-finger, you know, like a scratch
Ooh.
on my bun. Yeah, it was pretty bad because I had some negative things messing with me too at that time. But after, I couldn't ever remember any dreams or anything, right? With that, I
Yeah.
couldn't remember that Anunnaki. I couldn't remember anything. But after the reptiles were taken out, their consciousness was gone. All of my blocks. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
like they had me so shut down.
Mm.
I couldn't. Yeah, until my dark night of the soul, until that awakening
Mm.
experience, and just like everyone else is going to have this
Yeah.
awakening experience, until you have that, it doesn't really. It's like it's the thing that breaks the wheels loose. You know,
Yeah.
if you really do have these energy wheels, and I'm not even stretching any. I'm not even embellishing this at all.
Yeah.
You can feel these wheels
Yeah.
in your gut, behind your navel, and your solar plexus. When I put my hand over you, you'll feel that sucker break loose and turn,
Yeah.
right? And I know I can feel it when I do it to myself,
Yeah.
and when I'm working with people, they can feel that stuff happen too. How
Yeah.
come I can't feel that when I do it to myself?
Mm.
Well, you can't feel it when you do it to yourself because you haven't done your work. You have
Mm.
to release all these blocks first, right? And
Yes.
so
Yeah.
that's another reason to do that. Not to mention, it opens you up to channeling,
Yes.
and it opens you up to insight. Okay, those pictures that you see when you watch the Egyptian stuff,
Mm.
um, hieroglyphic pictures.
Yes.
They've been showing a lot of that stuff. But one of them is, uh, I'm gonna say it's one of the pharaohs, uh, probably Ptah and Sekhmet. But
Mm.
they've got a scale, right? And then
Mm.
one side of the scale, there's a duck, a
Mm.
fish, a flower,
Mm.
and you're like, what in the world?
Yeah.
What are they doing with all this stuff?
Mm.
Well, when you connect with your higher self, then you will know what they were doing with stuff.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
those are your gifts, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
The eardrum of the fish.
Yes.
That's how you're picking up. That's your clear audience, right?
Yes. Yes.
And the essence of I'm not going to give you all the answers, but you
Yeah.
just chicken skin. Okay, so
Yeah.
I mean, you can figure it out if you just look at those pictures and with your higher self,
Yeah.
or
Absolutely.
look at the sun. Look upon the sun and ask some questions. That's the
Yeah.
most beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
I learned that with the priestess class, to meditate with the sun. Do you know, I still do that meditation every single day. I
Nice.
have
Nice.
not missed that. I
Yeah.
when I learn something, that becomes a part of the program that you know what I
Yeah.
mean? If
Agree.
it's good and it's right and it's positive, it raises my vibes.
Yeah.
I'm on that. I'm doing that
Absolutely.
because I want to be the best I can be. Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's why we're here.
And you're, I have to say, I'm so proud of you as well too. Even though like I wasn't really part of,
Oh yeah,
your
you
journey
were.
in that sense, but I'm really proud because like I've seen like how, you've changed, and because I've gotten to know you,
Oh man.
from like I think it was like around a year ago when we were part of the
Yeah.
Priestess program, as
Yeah, we were the second group, or we were
Yes,
the
yes,
first,
and
second.
I
Yeah.
joined a little bit late, but I'm still like I would see all of the things that you would post, and even just from then, like I'm so proud of like how much you've come along, and
Aw.
like there I just wanted to ask as well, like since you've had all of these experiences since, what are the next things for you, or what are the next things that you'd like to do in your spiritual journey?
Well, okay. So being a healer's healer,
Yeah.
um, uh, that also means being a healer learner. That
Yes.
means
Yes.
healers are going to teach me things, and I really have had this vision. Um, and it first came to me, it's kind of like a far off dream, and now I'm
Yeah.
learning to manifest things. So now
Yes.
it's happening.
Yes.
Is to have this. We have some land. Um,
Mm.
and we're going to have a retreat type camp set up
Nice.
for people. And it's going to be, you know, really low cost. Basically, just, you know, you're going to pay your own ticket up here and buy your food,
Yeah.
and then come and spend time at the camp, you know,
Yeah.
and clean up your own messes and stuff. It's going to be
Yeah.
like that. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. It's going to be a
Nice.
couple-year project. I'm applying for a grant for
Nice.
that. And so yeah, I see it as a way of maybe people being able to connect with uh, earth energies, earth
Right.
spirits. And so the one of the hopes of the camp, and if I have anything to say about it, is it will have a zero footprint. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Absolutely.
going to be as totally Gaia friendly
Yeah.
and supporting Gaia. When it's so beautiful, I'll make some videos this winter. You know, when it's not so busy for us in Alaska, we have 90 days that, you know, of summer
Yeah.
where you can really do something, and so we're in that 90-day time,
Hmm.
and so it's like every single moment. I mean, I haven't even made it to a single healers class with Aurora on Sundays
Yeah.
because I'm always gone. We're
Yeah.
fishing salmon this week, so
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I probably won't be there again on the next Sunday, but this winter. But then you let
Yeah.
it all, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
when we settle, we settle. We don't
Yeah.
do very much in the winter, so
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping. I miss you guys so much.
Yeah.
I do get to go in and watch it later,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, but you know, still, it's, you know, I had something to say about that, or you know,
Yeah.
I could have chimed in there, you know. So
Well,
yeah.
you could always chat in the group, so you
Yeah, I
know.
know, I know. Well, anyways, listen, how are we doing on our time?
Yeah, like we're just about to wrap up, and you know, I think that you know, the maybe the last two questions I have are,
Okay.
I just really like you know, do you have any tips for anyone who is you know, a newbie who is just starting out on their spiritual journey? And then yeah, I have just one other question after that.
Okay. So newbies, you're going to probably be having some really incredible dreams, or these dreamscape experiences,
Yeah.
and that's okay, because that's exactly what you've placed in front of you to wake you up.
Yes.
If you feel you need a healing, get a healing. If you
Mm.
feel you need education, ask your higher self to be with you, and get, you know, seek and you will find it. You
Yes.
know, those who are seeking the light are going to find the light, and the light is love. It's the Ra puts it, the Ra Collective puts it so beautifully when they said that the nature of intelligent infinity, or that energy, the nature of that is love,
Yes.
right? We are influencing that with love. Love is the highest vibration that you're going to get here in this
Yes.
3D physical skin
Right.
thing. It's the highest vibration that you will be able to sustain, maintain, share. It
Yeah.
will also be the vibration of this three-dimensional experience that aligns best the energy wheels in your body.
Right.
And it's all about getting those vibrations right. Um, Sometimes it gets a little scientific. For me, I kind of get a little cold on that part.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
energy is, this is your right.
Right.
You have you have absolutely everything you need to heal yourself 100% in you
Yeah.
at this moment, and it is
Absolutely.
your right. And those who would not uh, have you awaken for their
Mm.
own malevolent purposes have spent all their time and effort to try to bind you to
Yes.
these beautiful gifts. And so this fear, these feelings that you feel are knowing, you know, your higher self knows that this truth
Yes.
has been pulled away from you. And so that that drive that you feel to seek, that's your higher self.
Yeah.
It knows, it wants this, you know. And
Absolutely.
so that's why you're searching out these channels on the YouTube, and that's why you want to um share the good posts and maybe hide the bad ones.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's okay to silence the bad feeds.
Mm.
You know, don't. It's like so many times, you know, and the Jophiel, the Dolores send me, you know, get that stored out,
Yeah.
and you know, but a lot of times I have to say, you know, look, I've got 700 Facebook friends,
Yeah.
and I got to be energetically responsible for what I'm going to put into their morning cup
Yeah.
this morning.
Agree.
So I can choose to say that y'all look over here, this guy's going to be king, and the queen's not even a blue blood,
Yeah.
and you know, but all this is distractions from you.
Yeah.
Okay, every single thing, every single thing that isn't you loving yourself is a distraction.
Right.
So, you know, if it's that book that you've got in your hand that's, you know, I don't even know the names of the books,
Mm.
some magazine that says that you're not good enough, cute enough, or whatever, you are. You're beautiful.
Yes.
You are so beautiful. I know, because we are one. And I
Absolutely.
am so beautiful, so you are so beautiful.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right? Be like that. Love yourself. Look in that mirror and say, I love you. You know what? You're cute. I love you.
Yeah.
You're
Absolutely.
really sweet. You know what? I'm glad you got my back. You
Yeah.
know, I love you. I trust you 100%. Lead
Absolutely.
me around a little bit, higher self, you know? Take the
Yeah.
lead. You know, go ahead. I trust you. I love you. We've been doing this for eons. Let's keep it up.
Absolutely. And thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing that. I think that really will encourage people, especially if they are just new and really, just trying to explore all of this stuff. And my last question is, as you know, Mother Gaia herself is going through an ascension. And do you have any message for her that you'd like to share with everybody?
I think Gaia would tell us, you connect with me, touch me with your feet, take off your shoes, bury your feet in the sand, bury the lower half of your body in the sand. Ground, ground with your intentions and ground with your thoughts, ground with the foods that you eat. Send me love, blessing that food, bless everything that you consume. When you bless it, you know, the vibrations are the because you're water, and when you love yourself, you're loving the water that's in you and the water that's in that food. You're raising that vibration just by being water. Okay,
Right.
it's about energy. The energy is love. Love controls the energy. Where you put your focus of love, this is where the energy goes. You get your head around that, everything else is right.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kay, for sharing your time and, sharing your wisdom.
Oh, I
And
love you so much.
I love you
Thank you for
too. Thank you so
asking. Thanks
much.
for asking.
And I think a lot of people are going to be able to learn from the experiences that you shared, and I'm just so
I
happy
hope
to have been
so.
able to talk to you. Yeah, they really will. They will. Thank you so
Oh, I'm
much. I love you. I
glad.
honor you, and I respect you. And enjoy the rest of your evening, Kay.
I will. And you have a super duper day, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Run your dragons, folks.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Take
All right.
care.
I love you.
I
All
love you.
right.
Bye
Take
bye.
care. Bye.